Buenos dias, everybody. Happy Sunday to you. And if you really end up enjoying this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up by hitting that like button. And if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, please feel free to do that right now as well. I greatly appreciate it. And with that here, guys, we got ourselves a really nice slate of Sunday college basketball action. Rutgers takes on Indiana, 12 p.m. Eastern tip-off at Assembly Hall. Indiana's -3 with the total at 134.5, juice to the over. And if you like the Rutgers Scarlet Knights on the road here, they're plus $1.60 for an upset win. Now, did you know that we are 2-0 in our last two daily best plays on patreon.com/BrockPage? That's right, and you can access today's daily best play for just $1.99 when you click the link in the description section below. We're also 3-1 in our last four daily best plays on that website as well. We currently have a community of over 1,100 sports bettors just like you who are signed up and active on that page. They paid. They're signed up and active on that page. And if you want to join those folks and get in on the action, link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/BrockPage. Now, Rutgers is scoring just 63 points on the road this season, just 41% from the field they're shooting in that category. Rutgers is just 1-3 straight up away from home. They failed to cover in 3 out of those 4 road games. The Scarlet Knights are also currently on a 5-game losing streak. They're taking on a Hoosier team who's gone 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 straight themselves. Just 67 points a game they're allowing thus far in the season. Trace Jackson Davis is scoring 21 points a game along with 9 boards and a couple assists. The 6'9 sophomore has also recorded 8 steals and 27 total blocks on the season. Armand Franklin is also scoring 13 points a game himself, 5 rebounds and 2 assists for the guard from Indianapolis. Indy's taken 6 out of their last 9 head-to-head meetings with Rutgers, and when it comes to the total in this one, 3 out of the Hoosiers' last 4 ball games got over the posted number. 67% to the over on their home court. I'm going to lean toward the Indiana Hoosiers -3 and the over 134.5. Before we go ahead and move on here, guys, just want to take another quick timeout and welcome you to the video. Got some lines and personal leans out for Sunday's college basketball action. Happy Sunday to you. Hopefully you guys are having an outstanding weekend. Now, before we go ahead and dive into some more free content right here on YouTube, I just have to quickly remind you once again that we are 2-0 in our last 2 daily best plays on patreon.com/BrockPage. And if you want to access today's daily best play, it's only going to cost you just $1.99. We're also 3-1 in our last 4 daily best plays on that website as well. And just remember, guys, when you sign up for a membership on Patreon, you get access to all the lesser expensive memberships absolutely free. So once again, when you sign up for one of my memberships on Patreon, you're going to instantly get access to all the lesser expensive tiers absolutely free. The cheaper memberships are included with your purchase. And for those who are wondering what the difference is between my free picks here on YouTube and my Patreon site, well, what I do on Patreon is I make life a lot easier for you as I break down the daily card and focus in on just 4 to 5 premium selections per day. They're my personal plays, games that I personally have action on. And I'll tell you this much, I'm having a lot more success wagering on games that way in smaller sample sizes versus betting on every single game that's on the slate, side and total, like I do here with my free leans on YouTube. Now, guys, real quick, we currently have a community of over 1,100 members who are signed up, paid, and active on that site. And if you want to join those folks and get in on the action, link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/BrockPage. One more thing I always fail to mention, but people use the website in different ways. Some people use all the picks. Some people use some of the picks, and other people just kind of take a look at the site and compare my picks to theirs. But just feel like I needed to throw that in here. But anyway, guys, we got to move, so let's go ahead and move on. Next matchup, Davidson, Umass. 12 p.m. Eastern start time at the Mullins Center. The Davidson Wildcats are minus 2.5 on the road. Totals 144 and a hook. Now, Davidson scoring just 68 points a game away from home. They also failed to cover the point spread in 3 out of their last 4. They are taking on a Umass team who's on a 3-game winning streak, and they score over 87 points a game on their home court. Trey Mitchell is scoring 21 points a game along with 7 boards and 2 assists. Meanwhile, Carl Pierre, is that it? Carl Pierre? He's scoring nearly 15 points a game himself along with 4 boards and a couple assists. Total-wise, UMass is 5-0 to the over at home, 7-1 to the over for the entire season. Meanwhile, 5 out of Davidson's last 7 contests got over the line as well. I'm going to lean toward the underdog UMass Minutemen plus 2.5 and the over 144 and a hook. All right, next matchup I have for you, it is going to be the Battle of the Rams. I'm talking about Fordham versus Rhode Island. 2:30 p.m. Eastern tip-off. Always a pet peeve of mine. 2 teams in the same conference with the same nickname. But anyway, Rhodey's minus 17, totals 123.5. Rhodey's been pretty good at home this season. 4-1 straight up at the Ryan Center. Just 64 points a game they're giving up. Fats Russell is scoring over 15 points a night along with 4 rebounds and 4 assists. Russell's making over 84% of his free throws, and he's recorded 32 total steals this season defensively. Meanwhile, Jeremy Shepard's also scoring over 10 points a night, along with 2 boards and 3 assists. The Rams are holding their opponents to just 39% shooting from the field on their home court. They're taking on a Fordham squad who lost their last 4 straight, and they've yet to win a game on the road this season. Fordham scoring just 51 points a game, and they shoot only 35% from the field. Now, total-wise, 2 out of Fordham's last 3 road games got over the line. Rhodey's 6-0 to the over in their last 6 themselves. I'm going to lean toward the Rhode Island Rams minus 17 and the over 123.5. Next matchup, Utah versus Washington, 4 p.m. Eastern start time. The running Utes are minus 5 on the road, numbers 141. And as bad as Washington is, the Utes have been equally as bad on the road. Utah's lost 3 of 4 when traveling this season, and they scored just 62 points a game away from home. The Utes have also lost 5 out of their last 7 contests. They're taking on a Washington team who's coming fresh off a big upset over Colorado a few days ago. They put up 84 points against a solid Buffaloes team. The Huskies have also successfully covered the number in their last 2 straight. Once again, as bad as they've been, they're still 50% against the number on their home court this season. Now, Quade Green is scoring over 15 points a game, along with 3 rebounds and 4 assists. The senior guard from Philadelphia is also shooting over 88% from the stripe and has recorded 17 total steals on this season. Now, total-wise, 4 out of Washington's last 6 home games stayed under the line. They're also 70% to the under in their last 10 meetings with Utah. Meanwhile, the Utes went 5-4 to the under in their last 9 ball games themselves. I'm going to lean toward the underdog Washington Huskies plus 5 and the under 141. I'm sure that will not be a popular play there, by the way, just to give you a heads up. But anyway, next matchup, Nevada versus Wyoming, 4 p.m. Eastern tip. Nevada's minus 4 on the road, totals 146.5, juice to the under. Now, the Nevada Wolfpack is just 2-4 straight up as the road team this season. They're shooting just 42% from the field when they travel. They're taking on a Wyoming squad who scores 79 points a game on their home court. And they beat Nevada 71-64 just a few days ago. Marcus Williams is scoring over 16 a game along with 3 boards and 4 assists. Meanwhile, Hunter Maldonado is scoring 14 points a game himself, 6 rebounds and 5 assists for the 6'7 guard. The Cowboys have successfully covered the point spread in 7 out of their last 10 meetings with Nevada. Now, total-wise, Wyoming's last 2 straight both stayed under the number, 4-2 to the under in their last 6. Meanwhile, 3 out of Nevada's last 5 stayed under the total themselves. I'm going to lean toward the underdog Wyoming Cowboys plus 4 and the under 146.5. All right, next contest I have for you, actually not on our board, but it is going to be Notre Dame versus Miami, and that's going to be a 6 p.m. Eastern start time. Now, the Miami Hurricanes are -2 at home. Totals 142.5. The Canes have covered in 5 out of their last 7. And just 64 points a game they're giving up on their home court. Isaiah Wong is scoring 18 points a game, along with 6 rebounds and a couple assists. They're taking on a Notre Dame squad who lost 4 of 5 away from their home court. And they find themselves allowing 78 points per contest as the official road team. Now, total-wise, Miami saw 3 out of their last 5 stay under the line, 5-2 to the under on their home court this season. I'm going to lean toward the Miami Hurricanes -2 and the under 142.5. And with that, guys, we are going to dive into our next and final matchup for the show. It is going to be San Diego State versus Air Force, 10 p.m. East at the Clune Arena. The San Diego State Aztecs are -17 on the road, numbers 127.5. And if you like the Air Force Falcons in an improbable upset at home here, they're plus 950 for some money line cash. Now, Air Force is scoring just 59 points a game, and they lost 8 out of their last 10. The Falcons are also letting their opponents make nearly 49% of their field goals. They're taking on an Aztec program who's 10-4 straight up overall for the season, and they hold their opponents to just 59 points a game when they travel. Jordan Shackle is scoring over 13 points a game for San Diego State, along with 4 rebounds. The 6'6 senior is shooting a very impressive 90% from the foul line. Meanwhile, Nathan Mensah is scoring nearly 11 points a game himself, along with 7 rebounds. The 6'10 forward from Ghana has also recorded 10 steals and 25 blocks defensively, certainly a force on the defensive end of the court. Now, the Aztecs limit their opponents to just 39% shooting from the field when they travel. They've also taken 8 out of their last 10 meetings with Air Force. Now, total-wise, oddly enough, San Diego State has gone 60% to the over in their last 10 ball games. Air Force is 70% to the over in their last 10 themselves. I'm going to lean toward the San Diego State Aztecs -17 and the over 127.5. And with that, guys, we are going to dive into our quick pick recap, once again brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage, where we are 2-0 in our last 2 daily best plays on that website, 3-1 straight up in our last 4. I like Indiana -3 over 134.5. I also like Umass +2.5 over 144 and a hook. Give me Rhode Island -17 over 123.5. Washington +5 under 141. Wyoming +4 under 146.5. Miami, Florida -2 under 142.5. Before I give you my next and final pick for the show, one final reminder that today's daily best play on Patreon is just $1.99 when you click the link in the description section below. Please feel free to smash that thumbs up button. If you enjoyed today's video, you can also subscribe right now. If you haven't done so already, give me the San Diego State Aztecs -17 and the over 127.5. And with that, guys, we are going to dive into some shout-outs from our top 10 commenters from the past couple of days. Shout out to Taff Makumbe, DJ Wavy, Michael Heineman, Jerome Howard, Geo NYC, Memory Lane, Words of Wisdoms, Tony Sloan, Kevin Taylor, and last but certainly not least, got to give a shout out to my good friend Kiwi NZ, joining us all the way from the beautiful country of New Zealand. Now, guys, that is going to do it for me, but don't forget to check me out on Patreon. If you guys decide to get a package here today, just keep in mind, we'll bill you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. Also, keep in mind, if you end up getting a package here today, you're going to get all the lesser expensive memberships for free. So, for example, if you get the $4.99 package here today, all the cheaper memberships are included with your purchase. But most importantly, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, happy Sunday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.